Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. Sammy here at Sammy G Stitches, and it is a time for a new Flosstube week, not via vlog. So I started out last week vlogging, but I had a couple very low days where my mood, even when I was trying to record, I couldn't quite get it to the level that we're all used to. And while that's okay, and I have no problem showing that, we all have bad days. I recorded one day like that, and then the next day I was like, I just can't. I would rather try and do it all at the, because then it was only going to be 2 days and they were both going to be down, and then I would have had my 3 days off and come back to you and done a recap anyway. So I might as well recap the entire week instead of just a couple days. I did have a couple really good lives this week. I hope you can join us at some point for a live, because they are a lot of fun. And we did some fully finishing on Saturday, and it just turned out really well, and I'm super proud of myself, and I hope we get to do that again. My Saturday mornings, there is that possibility, if I get all my stuff together in time. So anyway, let's recap the week. I had to play catch up on my notions. I was about 2 weeks behind. I don't know what got into me. But so it is Sunday, December 1st, and I'm, like I said, this is last week's video. I'm gonna do this. I am going to post this on Sunday, December 1st, because I do Vlogmas. And so over the next 30 days or so, I should be here every day. You know, there's always the possibility life gets caught up and I do a recap of a couple days, but I'm usually pretty good about being here every day. And I have lots of fun stuff planned. Well, maybe not lots, but I have some fun stuff planned. All right, so our focus while we were at work last week was my Mill Hill kit from, oops, I just dumped everything everywhere. And watch it not even be in here. Oh no, there it is, okay. Is my Mill Hill kit. Remember, so, apologies. Still dealing with this. All right. So this year in February, we had leap year. I wanted to do something special, so I created like a challenge for myself. And that was, I was allowed to start anything brand new on, because I do try and limit my starts throughout the year. I like to have a reason to start something. And I know you don't have to have a reason, but I enjoy a new start even more if I have a good reason for it. So on the 29th of February, which was really interesting to try and do in my hotel room at Nashville Needlework Market, I was allowed to start whatever I wanted, and I started 4 projects. And then every consecutive month on the 29th, if I finished the project that I started the prior 29th or whatever, I could start a new one from that same designer or part of a series, that sort of thing. So I did word plays from With Thy Needle and Thread. I did a Mill Hill kit. I did a year of celebrations from Hands On Design, and a quirky Quaker. So I had 4 projects that at any time I could finish, I could start a new one. And then those became my daily 100s at work. So I have worked through several projects this year, and I will have a finish parade at the end of December to really show you how many we finished. But it pushed me to get some of the smaller projects done, but to not lose that smaller project spot to a bigger project. So anyway, long story to tell you that I worked on my Mill Hill kit. Come on, cooperate with me. Okay, there we go. And so I think on the 29th of October, I think, is when I started this. And then it's just kind of waited its turn to be my daily 100. So I got 4 days put in on it last week. And here's where we're at. So it's looking really good. It'll be nice to get into some color soon. So this, this is not going to be a daily 100 for me this month because it's one of my Finish That Stitch December goals. So, I'll work on it again soon, but this is the progress I got this last week. We're gonna go through that here in a minute. Okay, so then my Great British Baking Show Star Baker last week was Mad Tea Party from Bella Filipina. And here is where I got to with it. We finished up her arm as good as we can without beads. And then worked on her blouse. We're fixing to start getting into skirt down here. And then just because I wanted to, the top of the mushroom. So cute. So this was my daily 100 Star Baker for this last week. And it's still on my list for Great British Baking Show, so we will see it again at some point. Here's my thing. I don't know how that's going to work working through those when it's Finish That Stitch December. So I'm just going to kind of wing it and we'll see what happens. All right. So I worked on that. Well, Saturday the week before, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So we got good progress on her. Then my daily 100 while I was at home this week was Mini Phantom of the Masquerade. So I got 300 put in this full coverage. And it was all right down here at the bottom. These 3 blocks right here. So it's looking really good. This is Mini Phantom of the Masquerade from Melissa Dawn, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. It is my oldest whip. So I'm loving her. I just absolutely love it. So we won't see it this week. We'll probably see it next week. I do want to keep those going on my days off. I actually have more days off this week too, so that's a whole thing. Anyway, all right, let's get through some, one more daily 100, because on Friday I watched the new episode of Great British Baking Show. It was the final episode. We found the winner. And so my decision, I wasn't sure what the plan for the finale was. So I decided that the winner was going to get a daily 100. So I will have last in technical and first in technical still, even though very low stitching on those. And then instead of doing something for first, second, and third, I just said, I've got so much on my list right now. We're just going to do it one more week of daily 100 for the winner. Yay, winner. All right. So it is trick or treat. And I did 100 on it for my daily 100. And then it's also my Monopoly spin for yesterday. So I started on that. I still have 400 more stitches to put on it for Monopoly. So it is going to be a priority today, so I can let the next person go on Monopoly and then start to work on Finish That Stitch December. So there are some things that are going to get in the way of Finish That Stitch this month. But we're going to try our best to get through all those whips. So it's looking really good. I just need to fill in the dark gray and the wing, and we're done with this block. And then we'll get moved over. So it does have other things going on the whip list, or on the checklist. So however I end up doing that. All right, so some other things I worked on this week based on the wheel spins. I've got 3 more projects to show you. That was the other thing. I had a very bad stitching week. I don't think there was a day where I only got my daily one. Well, Friday. Okay, so Thursday was Thanksgiving. Oh, I didn't bring that project. Darn. Okay, Thursday was Thanksgiving. The only stitching I got done that day was on my round robin because it was small and I could stitch on it while we were playing games after Thanksgiving dinner. I was more focused on family time for that day. And I did not bring the round robin, but I did get that section complete. And then, so Friday, I ended up playing catch up for the daily 100s on Thursday. So I did 200 on Phantom and 200 on Mad Tea Party. And that's pretty much all the stitching that I got that day. So it was just a very low stitching week. One day, I spun Moonlight Sampler. This is my Big Brother week 11 veto piece. And I think there's 11 or 12 weeks. I'm still not done with Big Brother either. I have contemplated just being like, we failed this year and moving on, but part of me really likes working through the checklist. So we'll see how December goes. So I got 100 put in on Moonlight Sampler, pretty much just out in the owl there. I did that on Sunday. Oh shoot, I did that on Sunday. So y'all probably saw that in the last video. I'm so discombobulated. Anyways, because I had a big meeting and I didn't get to stitch much. Y'all already know all that. Okay, moving on. Another project I worked on a couple times this week and still don't think I finished by the end of November, but it's okay because this is on our Finish That Stitch December list too, is Fairy Tale Lands. I worked on it a couple times, still didn't quite get that castle done. We're very close, and of course I need to backstitch the flowers, but we will just get that on the way to finishing it. So all we have left is Sleeping Beauty over here. Literally Sleeping Beauty, not euphemism. Anyway, so we'll finish up November, get all of December done. This is part of our Finish That Stitch December also. This is Fairy Tale Lands 2 from Soda Stitch, and I can't wait to finish it. And then next year, we're going to swap in Fairy Tale Lands 1. So, I'm just going to set that right there. The last thing I got to work on was growth rings. This is one of my new focus pieces since we finished Haunted Mansion in October. This one's gonna start getting 200 stitches. And so I was able to finish up this area and kind of start on this area. So I got a page finish and that finished half the project. So we just have the other half now. And this is Growth Rings by Ink Circles. It's on a 32 count linen in Hecate from Unsea Fabrics. And I really liked the colors in the fabric. Purple, teal, pink, like my colors majorly. So I was like, what can I stitch on this? It's gonna have to be something with very little color and with bright colors. So I picked this pattern, which only had 2 colors in it. And then I went and picked a couple things I thought would really stand out on the fabric. All right. This is not on Finish That Stitch December because that's a lot of stitching still. So that's what I want to go through real quick. That was all my stitching for this week. What can you expect for the December Flossmas? Well, I have a couple advent calendars. We're gonna focus on Finish That Stitch December, but we still have like games and stuff going on. So how exactly that's all gonna work out, we're just gonna have to see as we go. But like I said, today we're going to focus on, we're gonna get Trick or Treat caught up for Monopoly and then grab and go when it comes to Finish That Stitch. All right, so here's my list. Here's the 11 things I want done in December, period. I I really, really think we can get to all 11. We had 12. We finished one last month. I really think we can get to all 11 as long as I can focus and not have weeks like the last 2 weeks. Again, as long as we don't hyper focus on the games. So we'll see. All right. So first and foremost, well, yeah. Between these two, you have seen my Mill Hill kit Black Friday shouldn't take very long, especially if I'm doing more than 100 stitches a day. Although leaving it at 100 stitches a day until it's finished is kind of tempting, but probably won't do that. Anyways, also Fairy Tale Ants 2, because we're kind of catching up from November and getting December's piece in there. I may not hyper focus on that one. It may kind of come and go in between other Finish That Stitch December things, because it is one that I get overwhelmed if I focus on it for too long. So like if I give it all of today, tomorrow we're going to work on something else, etc. Maybe flip it back and forth. So that's 2 of them. I have something else once we get through this. February wordplay. We've only put 100 in this one, but it only takes, but they stitch up pretty quickly if I could just focus. So it's on the list. QS Ladybug is less than 400 stitches away, I think. Right around 400 stitches away from being finished. So that one shouldn't be too bad. Antique Locks and Keys. That one should go pretty quickly. It's my tail end project. Y'all haven't seen a whole lot of it. In fact, I'll give you an update of where it's at. But as we're finishing each of these projects, that's the ripe time to have a tail end to put in this thing. So it shouldn't be a problem. And it's a mess, okay? But because what I've done is sometimes when I get to the tail end of a project, I just stick it in the needle in here so that I can go and stitch on it when my husband drives home is a really good time for me to just pull this out and throw the stitches in there, stuff like that. So and we're about to have a car trip, so we'll probably be seeing this one pretty soon. But this is where it's at now, and we're gonna get it finished by the end of the month. That's not gonna be a problem. 1, 2, 3. Is that 5? That was 5. Okay. Celebrate Christmas. I'm on the final tier. There's not a lot. In fact, I thought I was going to finish it last time we pulled it out, but we didn't quite get there. It should be really quick. Celebrate Halloween has more, but again, a few days of really good focus and it can be done. Love Bugs, I think I'm on the last of the 3, so it shouldn't be too bad. The Fox, all I have left is the white. I think all I have left is white to fill in. Maybe a little bit of the orange, but it shouldn't take very long. I'm going to say that about all these. That's the whole point. Living with Charm, we just have that bottom border and the side borders. I really think less than an afternoon on that one. And then Mystery Kitty. A day like today where I don't have any interruptions and can get some solid stitching in, definitely it's done. So I guess the only ones I'm a little nervous about are February wordplay, because I just started it, and Celebrate Halloween. Now if February wordplay it'll be my last focus, because if it rolls into next year, that's fine, because it is part of that leap year thing. Now I am going to keep leap year going next year. I'm going to call it something, I'm going to call it the Tissue Box Challenge. So wordplay, your celebrations. I'm going to change Mill Hills over to Satsuma Street, because I want to do their ornaments instead. And Quirky Quakers are all going to continue through next year. The date is going to change because obviously we don't have a 29th in February. So I'm going to change it to the middle of the month. We're going to... Okay, so February being the shortest month is 28 days. 28 divided by 2 is 14. So the 14th is the middle of the month for every month. So I'm going to start doing it on the 14th. And I have a couple more I want to add to that list. So that's my Finish That Stitch December. Those are the projects you're going to see me working on the most in the next month, and trying to get finished up. What was that other thing I told you I needed to come back to? Oh, categories. So here again, part of the reason Great British and Big Brother ended up taking me so long is because I also had these other things that I've done all year long, the categories, the focus pieces, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, how am I handling that in December? Well, I don't exactly know. I haven't come up with a good plan. But for categories, I fit in one of those 11 projects that you heard me just talk about, except for maybe one of them. So, in case you don't know, categories is the 20th of every month, I put up a post on Instagram and my Facebook where I've randomly drawn 5 categories. You set whatever goal for those categories and you pick whichever whips and you work through them. So for me personally, I put a goal of 2,500 stitches. I try and put that 500 across each of the 5 projects, but like this month, I think QS Ladybug only has 400, so one of the other ones is gonna have to pick up an extra 100. No big deal, but that's how my brain works it. So category 1 for December is Fairy Tale Land, is large, and so I put in Fairy Tale Lands 2. I usually don't double dip between my focus pieces and my category pieces, but because this is Finish That Stitch December, it's happening. We're gonna knock out focus, category, finish, all in with one nice sprinkle. Category number 2, monochromatic. This is QS Ladybug. It, like I said, it's got between 400 and 500 stitches. Whatever it doesn't have, the others will make up for. But we're gonna get that finished, so it fit perfectly. Sampler, February wordplay works here. So I don't think anything else. Anyway, so I'm going to put that there. Specialty floss, the only one on my list with specialty floss was the fox. So that worked out really well. I think it has more than 500 stitches, but if not, you know. Now the last one is not one of my finished pieces, but it is one of my whip goat calls. So the last category is something with beads or specialty stitches, not specialty floss, specialty stitches. And that's going to be Miss Christmas Eve from Nora Corbett. Now, double dip because I do still want to get my whip goat calls in. Am I going to? I don't know. But if I can, that's where it's going to double dip. This is also one that's going away next year. Not going away. It's going to become inactive next year. So if we can get some more stitches on it right before we put it away, that's always good. My 5 focuses are Fairy Tale Lands 2. We're going to finish it. World Postage Stamp gets 500 stitches. I don't know if I'm going to worry about that in December. It's going to be low on the priority list. Growth Rings, the 200, same case. Alice, I am going to have my daily 100 on her throughout the month, so that'll happen. Spangled, I got to get that section done. I want to keep with that one because we're going to continue those sections next year. My Stitch Along, Living with Charm, we're going to knock that one out. My Whip Go calls were 2 of my friends. One chose Miss Christmas Eve and the other chose Aurora. So there's those. And then, of course, we get into my checklist for the 2 games. So those are my categories and how I fit them into all of this. So there's that. Now, I have one last thing, and then I will let y'all go, and I will get to recording for my daily vlog. I bought the November retreat box from Black Needle Society. It's underneath everything. And so I was going to show you what all's in here. So I've never done this before. I'm not sure what to expect. goodies. We always love some goodies. And then I did do their nice list box. So you'll be seeing the nice list stuff on the daily vlogs. Oh, there's a coyote over there. I wonder if I can flip it all around to see the coyote. Okay, sorry for the... I forgot you can't just flip. So I had to turn it off and turn it on anyway. So, I did do... Okay, I need a way to open this. Oh, I need to open this. And oddly enough, I'm not the type of person that carries a pocket knife with them. I don't know why. I do have... There we go. They're over there whining and talking to each other. I can hear them. All right. All right, so retreat in a box. Here is what it looks like. All right, Black Needle Society, Nature and Elements. Very beautiful booklet here. It looks like it's going to explain each of the things. And then it looks like currently available is the March edition, which is rainy day stitching, if you want to go and check that out. Okay. And then there's like a book and all kinds of things. Anyway, first things first, we have a Ort jar. It's raining orts. That sun's doing wonderful things for everything. All right. I'm going to try and have as few orts as possible because I want to keep with the tell and project thing. I've just got to get better about keeping that project handy. Looks like we have a pair of socks. I like a good pair of socks. So, they have little rainbows on them. Those look comfortable. All right, set these over here. Next we have a coaster. And it says fire, earth, air, and water. Very pretty. All right. Here we have an exclusive needle minder. So it is a little lantern. There we go. Not gonna focus on it, but anyway, little lantern needle minder. It's pretty heavy. All right. Then we have a box of specialty floss. I wonder if this says anything about, where'd I put that? Some beautiful colors. It looks like we kind of got a theme here. We got earth. Gonna go with wind. Oh, I'm not even showing you. Earth, wind, fire, and water. It's kind of what it looks like to me. Oh, earthly, Arios, fire floss, and sapphire. These are from Hand Dyed by Rolanda. I wonder what this says about these. Rolanda created these gorgeous threads to represent the 4 Greek elements exclusively for our November box stitchers. We can't wait to see what you create with the power of the elements at your fingertips. So, very nice. All right. So those are, I'm gonna put those back in here. I don't lose them. All right. Next, a bunch of trash. It's not trash, it's the stuffing stuff, but it's gonna have to go in the trash. All right, looks like we have gemstone soap, Sew the Magic. Let's see what it says about this. Keep your hands clean while you're working on your next project. We've included this gorgeous gemstone soap to add a little elemental fun into your hand washing. It's got, I think once you use it enough, there's actual some stones inside of it. All right. All right, next we have some fabric. This is Torrid from Picture This Plus. This is a 32 count Belfast, so linen. And is this fabric hot or wet? We are thrilled to be able to include a cut of Picture This Plus fabric for our November subscribers. The color is exclusive to the Black Needle Society. That's really pretty. I like it. I like a good pink. All right, then we have a bag. Looks like a giant zipper pouch. It says the earth laughs and flowers. Good sized little pouch for all of this to go back into. Make sure that I don't lose anything. Look, I'm gonna do this before. All right, and lastly, it looks like, yeah, we have a pattern. This is a temperature chart from Satsuma Street. Looks like a bunch of little buildings. And it says, local conditions, cross-stitch pattern, designed by Satsuma Street. Jody has created a temperature chart designed for you to personalize throughout 2025. Inside you will find instructions on how to determine the color to use and wear based on your local temperature. She has also provided a blank chart for you to fill in the daily temperatures throughout 2025 inside the pattern itself. We can't wait to see your unique townscape as your temperature chart comes together. I've done a temperature chart before. I don't know that I want to do one again. But then when I have something like this in my hands, you know how tempting it is? I don't know. We'll see. So, that is Retreat. November's Retreat in a Box from Black Needle Society. All right. I think that's it. So, I hope you join me for Flossmas or Vlogmas. I will be here every day. And I will be putting them on a playlist. In case you don't catch them every day, then you can at least, if you'll put on the playlist, it'll play them in order for you. I just really enjoy doing it, so I hope y'all enjoy it too. That's it for me. I'm going to go get started. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you saw something you enjoy and keeps you coming back for more. If you're a returning friend and subscriber, thank you so much for coming back week after week. I truly appreciate you. Thank you for watching, liking, subscribing, commenting, all the ways that you show you love me, and I will see you next week. Tomorrow. I will see you tomorrow. I don't know if y'all can see that coyote. Huh. Oh, there's a couple of them.